flashes. Who will be favored? Well, the guns was definitely enough potentially to sail them through. From the side and the back. Dangerous bit. These players of PRX out of hiding. So Loud, win another round that was necessary for them.
I actually love the way they played that too. Not committing to the plants because they were worried about the flood defense. And when Jing uses his wall like that and it allows somebody to hop up on that, you know, broken down battlement, you've got to respect it. And this shows me that Loud are very ready for the way that PRX are going to be defending the A site. The utility was excellent too, right? The fault line into the aftershock to be able to take down Mindfree, all looks good. The PRX are going to commit more resources to fighting over A. Although, by the look of it, not quite as aggressively. No. A bit further back.
Loud of a heavy commitment though into this. Flashes combined and collected. Attempt to punish, definitely some damage done there.
Yeah, they're reading into the fact that Sadak was one away from the orb. They knew that somebody was going to be going for the ult, be it Sadak or 2Es, and PRX were trying to re-clear that area. Now, where, I mean, a little bit of an audio bait, perhaps, as Sadak fakes like they're leaving the A site. But they're not going to, I mean, something is so deep, it just has all the info on the other side of the map.
He's collecting it all, and he's making a call for his team. And look at this, is PRX trying to fight over this again?
This is
no way to
bold.
finding the timing with the flash, they're trying to push into it! No easy angles. It's contained, but Loud are really just running them down now. Breach shot. Running through with a rolling thunder. Horde's not broken, not taking care of it. Lights Jing up, and that's a spammable anger. Dealt with contained here. Damage. Peppering Sadak. He gets away with his life and the plan. So an extension into the round now. We see it divide towards the back of the site. Stand up, close corner. Someone needs to cover for him. It's not possible. Kawazine.
Great composure from Kawazine in that spot, but something's already found one. Could still be winnable.
Yep, could still be, definitely. No shot really hitting there. It's the crossfire set up! Forsaken! You cannot be pulling rounds like that out. I'm just not ready for it. There's no world in which it should be favored. No world.
The win condition there surely is something hitting a shot with the operator on the first peak, and yet he misses that one. Forced to back up.
No
and PRX are winning moments like this.
Look at this. Look at the positioning in the moment.
Kawazine had such excellent composure early on in the round to be able to grab two, swinging off the back. And it, I mean, the entire story is told there on Sadak's face.
Yeah.
They had a crossfire set up and they just could not land the shots.
I gotta say, that is just a forsaken moment.
Yes,
there's
it
no
really
way,
is.
there's no, I mean, I wouldn't even be mad if they showed me the replay again, because in that moment, there's no way he's adjusting his movement to isolate the main fight while he stood on that precarious barrier and doesn't drop off.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It is ludicrous what Forsaken's able to do on every agent he plays too. It's just the absolute, his understanding of the game and the mechanics, unreal. And he's also picked himself up from the absolute ground on Split. He had an awful individual Split performance. They couldn't figure out what they were doing as a team, and he's rebounded to give them moments like this. Everybody on PRX just cycling their time to step up. This is a team that's still hunting for their first trophy. They've made it deep in tournaments before, but this feels like their time with something in the roster. Knocked down on Split, not to skew, could have easily been a 2-0. Look back at the way that Lotus was played out. We might have never even got here to Pearl. Yeah. But PRX, they take the opportunities presented to them, as they did at Tokyo with a sub in the roster, and deliver above and beyond. They've got, again, something holding down B on his own. He hasn't really seen any resistance over on this side of the map.
Pay attention to this. The orb drops off the high ground angle. Horn doesn't connect. He's got the dash still active!
What a flick.
Absolutely no way!
Just a little micro adjustment. I didn't even see it on the screen. It looked like his crosshair was off, and yet he adjusts it so quickly.
Movement clean enough as well, just to dash backwards instead of forwards!
And he gets another.
Fading away! Something is on one. He's on an absolute 10. It's up to the rest of his team to see if they can open this one up. But they've been pushed into mid, unless it's contained.
He can't fight them all. Something picks them off one by one. Excellent exploration off the back of the distraction that Something was making. And the fact that Something required no extra resources to do that. No player to break the horn for him or to set him up. And here come Loud. The trickles finally coming back through Art.
Yeah, no kill. Was just baiting for Jing, now it's pinged. Yeah, okay. PRX showing signs that they are willing to slow this one down. That's 2 players spotted. They know exactly where they are, inside the smokes. Help! Lovely recall idea by 2 years! But when Jing is on top form, be hard pressed to catch him unaware.
PRX stole control of this map away after the first quarter.
Oh, man.
When does the crosshair move?
Yeah.
I didn't see it in slow-mo. But like I was saying, PRX stole away control of this map somewhere in the first quarter, and it's just been theirs ever since. Loud have won 2 rounds since round 6. Two in the last 12 have gone to Loud. It's been absolute dominance from PRX across the end of the first half and the beginning of the next.
Yeah,
They're getting smoked out here. PRX's Pearl flexing. This is why the desk was saying Loud had to pick up Lotus. They didn't. Overtime, snatched away, slipped through their fingers. Like the trophy in Brazil. And potentially, like their spot heading forwards towards this upper bracket final, and a chance of being able to get that grand final spot on the horizon with map veto advantage. That's also what's on the line in these kind of games.
and you do not want to be going down to the lowers. You just don't.
There's crocodiles down there.
Man. Not crocodiles, there's demons down there, man.
Can I get
It
this?
is ridiculous down in the lower bracket.
It was Loud themselves that
Thanks.
sent one of them down, but here it is, the money short for Loud, and really
Placing
no
swamp
breathing
grenade.
room. You just got to win out from here to have a chance.
Alarm bot out.
PRX, different turn and approach here now to the round. They're just contacting up into mid. They hear all of that noise surely coming through into main. Something. Prowler does connect. That's good from Kawazine.
My way.
And look at how much distraction something always provides. You have to commit so many resources to pushing this talented rookie off his angles. And in the meantime, PRX are sneaking around
His
behind
flank. Flank all the way through into the back of it. I mean, the Cosmic Divide causes some difficulties, but they just push through anyway, fearless.
There's still a lockdown and a nightfall here, and the nightfall's great to fight these players over in spawn.
Only 2 connection, and
But
it
they're not
does
gonna-
allow. Yeah, I mean,
They're not
Loud
gonna
now
push
know.
through their own Cosmic Divide.
Exactly. But only 2 trails here. They know that somebody's there at least trying to take this A main fight with the lockdown. Has to be an attempt to try and push this one back, but it's being defended the entire time, and everyone Loud, they're all collected into the corner, collapsed upon, and with the Odin spam, it's all together. No one knows which way to face Loud. They have to hold on, and they do.
How on earth have they done that?
No shot.
They were all grouped together, so tightly stuffed, like sardines. A tiny amount of space afforded to them by the defensive lockdown, and yet as the rest of PRX swarm forwards to try to punish them for their compromised positioning, everybody on Loud, collected together, holding the angles, comes out on top.
Yeah, missed that one from Aspas initially, didn't he? Plucked something out of the sky.
Sadak knows he's gotten away with it there. So does Fraud.
Yeah, that's it.
They're grouped up together like a New York apartment. They're all stuffed in there. They can't do a thing. They couldn't move. They're shoulder to shoulder.
Bailed out by the individuals.
Bring them down.
And Loud, maybe all they need is a chance. Got to keep it going though. The ball rolling. Fully grouped up again. There's no hiding their intent with this one. Aspas is pulled. There's an Nano Swarm. It's brutal. Survives on 7 health, still vulnerable, tucked to the corner. He needs some help from the rest of his team. And PRX really just peppering them. There's the turret. The turret does it.
Remaining.
Brutal. It's a heartbreak for Loud, but PRX. Exultation.
They snap back, and it's not rejoicing on that side. They know that they deserved it from the previous round. This one just right in the wrongs. 12-7. The defensive utility as well.
One enemy remaining.
It's so varied from PRX. Some rounds they're going to be going for a contact push. Some rounds it's going to be a heavy fight over A main.
They're quirky, man. They're a quirky team to fight. You just don't know.
You have no clue what PRX are going to throw at you because they have so many tools. And that to me is because they don't play off a strat book. They play off the ideas that they come up with in the moment, built from the building blocks of those micro interactions. They know that, you know, they can bring X to the table, their teammate brings a different quality, and they cook that up on the fly. It makes them an extremely difficult team to read. And at the moment, Loud are finding it too challenging, far too challenging.
One round that stands between PRX paving the way to a potential grand final. Still one more match to be played before that one, but sailing it through the uppers. They would love it. That's why Loud are calling the timeout now. So much on the line. Not just the prospect of getting knocked down to the lowers, it's the idea of having to fight your way out of it.
And the team that's hunting for their first trophy going up against the defending champions, but it's PRX in the ascendancy at match point, looking to drop Loud down to the lower bracket to face EDG, a team that beat them at Tokyo to start this horrible run of form that they were on just before this.
Bullets sent flying here to Prowler. Received and brought down. A triple face, there was no util from that. PRX just wanted to take it with the raw gun duels.
Blinded.
Breaking the utility, realizing that there was a gap towards mid that entire time that Loud could have taken up, but we know they haven't.
And Loud are playing fairly slowly, so these fast reactions
Oh, they're gonna fight
PRX
over
are
it
diligent
again.
for. Not
They're just holding it. Prowler broken, there's no way. Mindfreak is still close to this angle here. Flash is dodged, Horn needs to be taken care of, nobody watching for it.
He was marked.
Yep.
I mean, he had no chance of being able to do anything there, and there goes the smokes, there goes the pull.
Really weird positioning, but it's given him free access now to the lockdown. Loud going to be used as
This is an enormous advantage for Loud to be able to pull things up to 8, but it doesn't mean PRX are out.
narrow margins is what it lies on. Here it is, run it back, Flash through in their face, anti-flash matters not, lest you will not be surviving, but backside control is gained. It's flipped around, and Aspas is all the way in it, working the mix, but he can't win the fight out against Forsaken. Crosshair wasn't placed appropriately. This could be it. Has to be a moment to be made now by Sadak. He's got the ult in his hands, and he lets it rip out towards Flowers, enough to reposition and back away.
I'm amazed he's alive. He backed up to get a better ultimate and almost gave his own life away for it. Here comes the retake from PRX.
It's a flash. It's just a 1-for-1. It's replied and responded with. Still, the pull is there. 2 years. He's going to be using this one for the first line of things, but now the time is really starting to tick. Flash, not good enough. Tucked to the corner. 2 years doesn't win the fight. And it's all on this. Kawazin!
He gives him a lifeline. But Loud had such an advantage in that round, and they were only just able to keep it together. They're going to have to be able to pull another 4 of those out of somewhere.
That's what it takes. I mean,
They don't have those ultimates available anymore. They don't have the lockdown or the Rolling Thunder to be able to generate those advantages for themselves. When Aspas tried to make the play, sure, he's at the top of the scoreboard, but he got shut down.
how do you win out from here if you are Loud? Still one step away for PRX into mid.
Aspas definitely heard
Yeah.
something there, especially as they back away. He might feel like he has a timeline. It's weird to see him on the lurk roll.
Him and 2 years holding a bit of a setup, spotted out onto the both of them. This will keep the PRX players tucked into mid. Loud. Down to about a minute to work with. They don't have any of that prior control of B main. What do they set their sights towards? It's mid and walking, contacting all the way through, making noise though, jumping down, and Jing, what is he holding this one off?
I assume off device contact.
Stun is good, dash forwards as well. There's the punish! Nasty stuff, Aspas. Absolute brilliance on display, but a backstab attempt to Vi. He's a menace, man. He's an absolute menace, yet Aspas. He's still there, ready for it, and a decision is made for something. Can't take it into the 1v3, got to back away and save the operator. Has to be one round at a time, and so far, it's been the case for Loud.
These rounds are on the slimmest of margins. Yes, this is a 3v1 where something has to save, but that entry from Aspas was so close to getting punished by the flash. Jing, if he'd been half a second earlier, would throw the curveball. I think would have had a chance to be able to take down the entry jet superstar from Loud. Nevertheless, that is 5 chances whittled down to only 3. And every step Loud take is one where they'll start believing in themselves a little more. The economy should be better and better for them. Building back up to ultimates that they can use. But in every situation, it only takes one big play from a PRX player. I mean, look at that. He's essentially full blind when he gets the first kill onto Jing. He just spots him for a moment before the flash connects. And then denies Devi a hero play that would have sent them sailing to the upper bracket finals. There's a tiny bit of frustration there still showing for Alex. But I think a lot of that is the building tension and anticipation for the team's victory that ends up getting burned away.
Sometimes these can be the hardest rounds to convert, though. If you are Loud against the weaker weaponry, have to respect a lot. Good news for them, though. They're a couple away from these ultimates. Someone's got to deal with that. The horn broken, spam into the corner. Taken. Now he's really trapped. It's going to be util here, surely, to try and clear him out, but the smoked across. He gets away with his life.
And he's still going back for more. It is a weaker buy from PRX. So they can afford to go for these kind of risks.
This entire time they have just been pushed up here. They have no control of A main. Something's here with the operator.
Yeah, if they start rotating back over, do they clear this jet properly? Oh, the cancel called. They're going back over to B. Loud.
Why are they rotating here?
Maybe not exactly sure where they want to end on the map, but they've just dodged a bullet, I think.
Yeah, but
specifically from something.
Seeker's pointing into wherever. Okay, Forsaken falls. Loud should be able to get onto this one fast enough, but yeah, there it is. Devi, he was just trying to flood into the back of the site before to try and take that timing off of them. Players holding the cross here, but it should be the weapons to get them through it. The dash and the flash. Tempest once more. Jing is so wide with it with the Bulldog. Another flash available. Everyone's blind. And it is really just that coin flip. Something. 1v2. Does he go for this now? Only with the operator. That's the dash. But doesn't know where any of these players are.
What a moment this is.
Tugged together for Loud. It's all about how they shut it down. No damage done. And where is the reposition? 2 years close to the corner. You can breathe a sigh of relief.
Oh. A chance for the young superstar to put his team into the upper bracket finals to win an unlikely 1v2. But he's not quite up to the moment just then. Loud navigate another one of those difficult rounds where Jing looked like he was potentially going to do it all with the flashes. He gets his ult back online. There's a lockdown here on defense as well. This could be the most challenging round for Loud to win yet if they want to pull this back into overtime. It's been 3 in a row for the Brazilian side. PRX have stacked 4 over towards Art and A main.
Still with the operator, stun. It's a good connection. But look at something disrespectful at his core. Takes the peek, moves the turret. Control still going to be gained here for PRX, and they have a 4 position. This is again off of device contact. There's going to be a flash. No one's going to be walking in that though. PRX happy to play retake towards B.
This is a fake with the Nightfall and 2 smokes over towards A.
Somebody's just calling the bluff, man. Horns in his face here, still holding it down. He actually can't hit a sound cue, so it has thrown a bit of disarray now.
The lockdown!
Lockdown, yeah, this is the key. Piece of utility, there needs to be a deal. Try and break this one. It's a stun and an aftershock into the corner. Enough damage done, yeah. What are you gonna do? Just tickle it. Stun though, still there. Aspat's close to the corner. He's brought down, and this could be it. The final blow, cornered him out wide in the open. Less towards the back. So much more to do here. The reposition and the running back Jing is disgusting. Kawazine.
He's locked off
now. It's absolutely done and dusted. Blocked off entirely. It's an absolute heroic attempt, but PRX have done it.
What a magnificent performance from PRX there. In control of the final map, fending off the comeback. After they got smoked on their own map pick, 13-2 down on split. This series could have very easily been a 2-0 and sailed Loud through in dominant fashion to an upper bracket final where they look like the best team potentially in the world. You know, that could have easily been the narrative coming out of Lotus and Split. And yet PRX subvert that with magical performances to steal Lotus away. And then a dominant performance again. 4-0 with this Jet Phoenix composition on Pearl.
They have so many good ideas, but for Loud, the journey isn't over yet. They got pushed, couldn't grab the win today, but another chance of glory into the lowers. That's where they're gonna have to fight from.
And they are gonna play against EDG Edward Gaming. That is one to keep your eye on, because it didn't go the way of the Brazilians at Tokyo. Fist bumps all round though, as Loud have gone 3-0 against the EMEA teams, but 0-2 against the Pacific. DRX, PRX on top. And PRX are your first team to book their ticket into that upper final with something finally in the roster, showing himself, the team in full force.
The scary thing is, man, I mean, talk about individuals stepping up. It's a whole team effort across the board in our final map. Aspas was on a heater. It was 27-14, that's how he ended it. The whole team came together to shut him down. There was moments of brilliance, top to bottom.
Yeah, I really feel like this was a great series in terms of showing the fact that PRX's roster is extraordinarily stacked and balanced. You know, there are different players that can turn up whenever needed to save a round or to make a play. And that is why they play such a chaotic style, because all of their players can be playmakers if they spot the opportunity to do so. And it's about tempering that. It's about finding the right moments and honing them from being a scrappy team into a team that can win a championship. And at the moment, they look like one of the teams in the best position to do so.
Yeah, the teams that we've got remaining, I mean, man, they are just sailing all the way through as well. There might be a bit of an obstacle as well in that upper finals that they've earned themselves to, but yet to be seen, of course, a bit further down the line. I mean, PRX's style, good luck getting a grip on it. Good luck getting a hold in it. They don't even know who their IGL is half the time. It's all over the place. How do you get into the heads of a team? And they've got 5 players potentially putting forward ideas. Alex with the timeouts as well that were critical.
Those were amazing.
Series. I mean, they were really critical.
Yeah, they ended up being crucial for them to add different ideas into the mix too. And we saw so many huge moments from individuals. You know, Aspas bailing them out of certain spots. Les having a monstrous performance on Split for Loud. And on the other side, Forsaken had a clutch in a very similar position that I'm sure we'll see later on. Stress and tension on both sides for the coaches and for the players.
Yeah.
And I think when I look at those reactions, it's not so much the exact emotion that's on their face that compels me, but it's the size of it. You know, they are so invested in this match. It's not an elimination game. This doesn't win you a trophy, but it puts you in a great spot. And it's a matchup we've never seen before of Loud versus PRX. They know how difficult that lower bracket is going to be and how much matches like this mean. This is champions.
Yeah, everything was on the line with this one. The importance from beginning to end as well. I mean, just to speak highly of that mental resilience of PRX. You think about it, that second map, I mean, dominated. Absolutely dominated, but it managed to bring it back. First half of Split does not look any better as well, at least the first 5 initial rounds, but the timeout's called and they make the necessary adjustments and they run it all the way back. I mean,
spectacular.
It's insane, and it's the stuff that does make champions at the end of the day.
I'd love to know who on the team was providing that kind of uplifting spirit within the communication to keep them focused in those moments.
Yeah.
I'm sure Alex will have had something to do with it, taking the time out there as well. But you need a presence inside the team, in the roster, keeping people buoyed. It's so easy for a younger squad like this and a team whose star player doesn't have the experience to fall over in matches like that.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
Stood their ground, held up against it, took the win now versus Loud, and it's really just celebrations across the globe, isn't it? This win, another forehead signing. Yeah.
Hit a W, just straight on the forehead.
Absolutely. Well, waiting on the floor, we've got Jing standing by with a Verizon post-match interview.
Thanks very much. I'm here with Jing from PRX for the Verizon post-match interview. Guys, give it up for Jing! Jing, you've made runs at tournaments before. You've won a Masters, you made top 3 at Tokyo, but now for the first time at a Champions, you're into the top 3, and you have an opportunity to play at the big stage at the Forum. How does that feel for you after all this time on PRX?
Yeah, I didn't know we are top 3. I thought top 4. No? Top 3?
Sorry, top 4, yeah. But for this event, right?
Wait, sorry?
I'm just asking you. No, you're going to be excited to play at the forum, right?
Oh,
In
yes,
front of
yes.
that big crowd. How's that
Yeah,
feel?
of
Because you
course.
already have so many fans here rooting for you.
I mean, I haven't seen the other stage, but I mean, this stage, the other stage will probably be bigger, and now there's already a lot of people, so definitely really excited.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see. That was a super close matchup. And it always seems like PRX is just having fun, chilling out on the stage. How do you guys manage to stay so calm, look like you're so relaxed in such high-pressure matches?
I mean, like, that's what we focus on a lot. Like, we like to play and have fun, and of course, we'll try to win as well. But I think having fun is like the main point, because when we're having fun, everything flows well, and yeah, that's what we focus on a lot.
Yeah, and at all the previous tournaments that your team has done well at, it's always been this duo of you and Forsaken as the two-star duelist players. But now for the first time here in Los Angeles, it's instead the duo of you and Something. What was it like getting used to playing with him in these double duelist comps instead of Forsaken?
I mean, we just practice a lot, and I mean, it's not that hard to adapt, because like we have like many scrims, so just takes like slightly, like a little bit of time, and I adapt, and yep, I guess it's going well so far.
Yeah, and it has been going very well indeed. My last question for you again, some fantastic fans out for you here, Jing. Do you have any messages for them?
I'd like to thank all the fans for supporting us. It really like motivates me and our whole team a lot, so thank you everyone for supporting us and watching our match.
Guys, give it up one more time for Jing!
This is for a spot in the upper finals. Loud on their pursuit of defending their title. And PRX, the ones that have never won a global trophy. And the exciting thing about this is that they're both on form. This is going to be great.
Everything's being thrown at it. It's an absolute skirmish. Almost lined up. 1 HP still surviving. But Lauda's still in this one. TPing close. It's messy. But Jing, sole survivor. That's the ace.
Oh, and here comes another
He's
one.
not messing around. I mean, there's no time left here. He's got him off the plans. He's buying a bit of time. Here's a showstopper. Has to be committed. Round to the corner. Kill collected. Follow up through. And Aspas to 4K. All hidden, nearsighted, and away. But PRX seeking it as well. They don't want to give up this space. They want to be jumping straight into them to buy. It's an absolute menace. Another 4-piece, another 4K. He's taken out a remove. Showstoppers there, Jing. He's removed himself from the fight. A chance to salvage, a chance to claim it all the way through.
Lauda going to feel like that one got absolutely stolen away.
But this series is only just beginning. It's contained and shut down. Les still here. And it's brought into a 1v1. Timing granted. Get it off really there with the updraft. Okay. Brought down eventually, and they're just trying to help